Thank you. You look marvelous. Billy Crystal, one of my favorite guys ever. But you know this. All right. So, you know what I found out today?
What did you find out today, Mr. Birch?
One of my friends, one of my besties, he's a really old man. I want to say he's 77, but I met him in the restaurant industry. Thought he was homeless, right? So I used to buy him Happy Meals every day. I think I might have told you about him. His name's Frankie. Turns out he's not homeless. He was just an eccentric millionaire that was a dishwasher at Perkins.
Are you kidding?
So, no, not clearly him. It's my buddy Frankie. I'm like, I've known you so long. You never told me you were in 9 to 5. So,
I think that I saw 9 to 5 when we moved away from New York City. I lived in the Bronx, and then we moved upstate, and then we got cable and HBO, which we never had in the city. And 9 to 5 was one of the first movies, I think, on HBO, and they played it like all day long. So I've seen that movie a million times, but I haven't seen it for probably about 40 years.
Same. Yeah. I had that HBO at the same time where they had like 9 movies. They just rotated them. It was like Gremlins once a day, 9 to 5. And luckily, what was it? Blue Lagoon. I enjoyed that a lot as a young boy.
I bet. Yeah. I can imagine that. Willie Ames, he was something else. Was it Willie Ames? I don't even know if it was Willie Ames.
I want to say yes. I want to say was he in part 2? No, it was Willie Ames.
Somebody get Scott Baio on the phone. He can tell us.
Yeah, but definitely Brooke Shields and her body double. So I really like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So my buddy is in 9 to 5. Pretty cool.
There you go.
Today we're here to talk about the trailer for season 2, Quantum Leap. It just dropped a little bit ago. I was surprised by it. I had been recording NBC every night for probably a week because they don't really give us a heads up on when the trailers are dropping, and nothing. And I didn't one night, and the next day I wake up and the internet's blown up, the trailer's out. So luckily we were able to get the trailer, and I put it up there.
Well, that's awesome.
So
can I do something for the benefit of the people listening on the podcast feed?
That would be awesome.
Greetings, Dr. Beckett. Welcome to the Quantum Leap Podcast.
Welcome to the Quantum Leap Podcast, everyone. I'm Christopher T. Philippus.
And I'm Albie.
And you joined us in media res with 9 to 5, but we are talking about the trailer for season 2 of Quantum Leap that just dropped. And if you really want to get the full experience of this, you can listen to us. That's fine on your feed in your car driving, but you will find a link for our YouTube channel in the body of this release. And you can click on it and watch the beautiful, beautiful face of Albert Burge leading this discussion. He's got a groovy hat on too. So that's all you're going to get from me now as a deference for all of you audio listeners. Albie, take it away.
It is a groovy hat. See, I'm not a hat person. I do not wear hats. I'm very much against hats, but I do like silly hats. So if the hat qualifies as silly, I will wear it.
Gotcha. I have my NX01 hat, and that's the only hat I have. Yeah, and I have one that says Radio City Music Hall because I have a weird shaped head, so I need like smaller hats. Like if I was born in the 40s, I would have been like screwed. Well, not born in the 40s, but if I was, like 30s, 40s guy, and I had to wear a fedora everywhere, I don't think I could pull it off. I just don't have a hat head. I mean, I got a 5 head, five head, but I don't have a hat head.
I never thought you had a weird shaped head. The first thing I thought when I met you in person was, wow, he's handsome. The second thing I thought is, damn, he's not single.
I haven't been single since the last time I saw 9 to 5, basically. But that hat that you have is kind of like a beach hat. I had a little hat like that was like a Corona hat that I got as like don't ask me how. I must have been 18, and I had a straw hat that said Corona, and it's nice. Kind of like that, but it's like pink and funky. Yours? Did your daughter get you that? Where'd you get that?
Actually, I was at the Halloween shop. I got 2, one for her and one for me. Like we like to go to Disney now, and we wear silly hats at Disney. So we're going to see Figment, meet him in person, do some trick or treating for the not so scary Halloween.
Awesome. So
we got these hats, and I think she picked up some Easter hats we're gonna wear. They're like straw Easter hats with ribbons.
Perk of Florida, right?
Yeah, Florida. Yeah.
I can't wait to see you in a ribboned Easter hat.
Yeah, it'll be on there. Check out my Facebook. Big things happening. I'll be meeting Figment in this hat. Going to see Moana. All right. So what we're going to do is pretty much the same thing we did with the season 1 trailer, me and Allison. But this time we got Chris, which is awesome.
Hey, it's me, Chris.
Christopher D. Philippus with not a weird head. So yeah, good. And a martini. Looks like a martini. What's your favorite kind of olive for a martini? Martini olive?
I mean, I don't drink dirty martinis very often, but if I do, I'll usually switch from gin to vodka because vodka tastes like nothing. And I'll put in like one of those blue cheese olives or 3.
Those, yeah, I just picked them up.
Yeah. So those are really good if you want to have a martini that's not really a martini, but sort of like an appetizer. But yeah, in my mind, martinis are just like gin and a lemon twist and maybe a little bit of vermouth, stirred, not shaken. And I'm sure I've said this ad nauseum on many Quantum Leap podcast recordings. So sorry to repeat myself, but get me talking about gin. Hey, you asked. Anyway.
That sounds good. Now I'll have some of those olives afterwards because I picked those up. I picked up a bunch of olives. I don't know why. I went grocery shopping and I ended up with like 8 jars of olives. I was
I mean, you can't go wrong with olives.
Love olives.
I realized though, when I was working out and I was on a diet, like I got down to like, I was so skinny, people thought I was sick. And I realized like one olive is like 900 calories. Like they are calorie bombs. They are crazy calories in olives. So
I did not know that.
But they're probably good cholesterol. Right?
Yeah,
because olive oil. So, yeah. But then the sodium from the brine, them being cured, your blood pressure is going to shoot way up. So just drink gin and don't worry about it.
It's a good idea. Yeah. I eat them by the jar or by the can, depending on what type they are. But yeah.
Yep.
My favorite fruit. Okay. So we're going to watch this trailer. I think we'll just watch it all the way through and then we'll talk about it. And then we can go like frame by frame back and forth.
I'm in your hands.
And, we'll see what it is. Now let's make sure you're on your end when we're doing this, Chris. Make sure it's the media one is the full screenest. So
I'm expanding the frame. Yep.
Okay, me too. The frame is expanded. All right, task 8 is complete.
There we go.
Are you ready? Tell me when you're ready.
Born ready, brother.
Born ready. This is season 2.
My name is Dr. Ben Song.
I'm a time traveler.
I leap into other people to change history for the better.
Incredible.
So you're on board with the time traveler thing? Who am I this time?
You are a spy.
Awesome. The day the LA riots began.
There's no way out now.
Area 51. It's UFOs. I'm in the future.
Well, you are in serious trouble.
How is this possible?
This is the butterfly effect to end all butterfly effects. You're about to be in a full-blown witch trial.
Witches! Everything's changed.
He won't survive.
Never punched a Nazi before. Felt pretty good. I never know where. This is insane! Or who I'm gonna be. It's the adventure of a lifetime.
Quantum Leap, October 4th on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
October 4th on NBC.
Nice.
Interesting.
So,
First impressions, Mr. D. Philippus.
Exciting, a little bit misleading, but with the Chambers Brothers as your backdrop, you can't go far wrong with that song. So it's very engaging. I'll give it that, and I think it's a nice way to get people interested in season 2.
Yeah. The first thing I noticed was they were showing a lot of season 1 clips in there, intermixed, to kind of fill it out. I think that's mostly for maybe people that haven't watched Quantum Leap yet. There's more excitement there.
Yeah, and I feel like that maybe they did that because they only have the 6 episodes and they want to show like how dynamic it can be. Maybe this will get them to go back and say, how come I don't see him in space? Oh, because you got to go back and watch season 1 on Peacock.
Yeah. So another thing that struck me right away was Ernie Hudson, Magic, seems to be a hologram in one episode. The one that looks like maybe LA riots.
Yeah, it looks like it's the Watts, not Watts. Jesus Christ, that's Black and White on Fire, right?
Yeah, they already did that one. Luckily, we have riots every so often, so every time we get a new Quantum Leap, they can redo the same episode.
Yeah, the thing was, these riots, I think both of us were alive for.
Yeah, what Rodney King?
Maybe not
riots or
Allison.
whatever?
The
Yeah.
we're both blanking. We're so bad.
Yeah.
But those riots happened in 92.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
think
so I
Allison might have
was
been alive.
No, because she was
No?
born the exact no, actually no, she was
89?
born in 89. 89, yeah.
89.
She was
Her and
born the
Taylor
month I
Swift were
met
born on the
Laura.
same day in the same hospital, I think.
And Quantum Leap was on in the delivery room. We
Exactly.
established that during 8.5 months.
Right. So it's she's been here since the beginning. So
Right.
a lot of things happening. It looks really good. Some new people. It looks like Ben's telling his secret to someone.
Yeah.
And
That's
surprised
crazy.
me.
Now, is people watching at home? Can they see the freeze frame that you have here?
Did you want to go through it a little bit?
Well, just this one that you have. It's just by pure coincidence. I had some T-shirts made up for the crew of the QLP, and Ben in this pose. That's the Scott one.
Oh, that's the Scott one.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I have one of Ben in that exact pose.
Cool. I picked out the wrong shirt tonight.
Yeah, that my friend Scott made. I wear my my Ben shirt so often that I need to get a new one. Like it's falling apart.
I was going to ask you. I was like, can you send me a couple more? I've got holes in mine.
Exactly.
Because I just wear it everywhere. Wear it everywhere.
I thought I have a giant sauce stain on it because I cook with it. And
I'm hoping a lady walks up to me and goes, "Oh, you like Quantum Leap?" Like,
yeah. You know what? The thing is, I wear my Quantum Leap T-shirt and my NX01 hat, expecting someone to walk up and ask me something about either, and nobody ever does. So
you want to go, I know Scott Bakula.
Well, I know somebody who talked to Scott Bakula anyway.
Yeah, there you go.
I talked to Scott Bakula.
Yeah,
I forgot
you did.
all about that. I did. Yeah.
He
right.
signed your book.
I got a picture with him.
All right, let's. So that's kind of like the first impressions that stick out in my mind. Anything else stick out in your mind before we go through it again?
Oh, yes. A lot of leaps that are beyond Ben's lifetime.
Yeah, it looks like
one very extreme one. Yeah,
they dropped that rule, the witch trials, right?
Yeah, well, they dropped the rule in the beginning when they said that it was a safety protocol that kept Ben from leaping beyond his lifetime, and I think that they did away with that because he needed to slingshot to save Addison or whatever. And Allison took a lot of issue with that. But I think of it this way. It's a completely new build, a completely new quantum leap. And if you're going to improve upon the technology, well, Stam's original string theory said you leap back and forth within your own lifetime, which was a brilliant conceit. But that's like saying, back in 1965, you needed to get an operator to get long distance.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need that anymore. So maybe they can improve on the code and go beyond that limitation that was, one of the kernels of Sam's theory. So I can always retcon and headcon stuff like that,
And wasn't the main reason for that budgetary concerns, so they could just basically use what was around the lot? And the outfits and stuff?
I would say that, and also to prevent it from turning into like Time Tunnel, because you don't want them to go back and fight like the Revolutionary War, independence, or go back to like Roman times or whatever. But we go back to what 16 something here.
Yeah. So, see, when I first saw the witch trials, I was thinking maybe it's one of those things like Williamsburg, but like in Salem. But then when they actually put the year on there, then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And it looks like he's a witch. Might be in the body of a woman. Not sure.
Yeah,
sure
it looks like a very, very
sometime.
Crucible. It's all the Crucible, it looks like to me.
So I'm looking forward to that one. I wonder if that's around Halloween. I don't know. I think Matt knows the episode order more than I do.
I'm not sure. I think Matt speculates that there is an episode called A Kind of Magic or something like that. I don't really have the list in front of me. I'm going by memory of things that Matt has said because he's very smart. So
he is very smart.
I'm a time traveler.
All right, I'm going to just kind of play pause through this thing, and as we see things, I'll stop.
Okay.
That shot reminds me of, was that the Halloween episode that they pulled that from, or is that from the new season?
No, that's the new season. It looks like that for people listening on the pod, that Ben is in some kind of Hollywood backlot, like a studio backlot, and it's that old gag of like people like bringing a mirror in front of him, like two work guys carrying a mirror, And you can see he looks into it, and
Other
he's a
people
woman.
to change history.
So, but I don't know what episode that could be from. But that's definitely from season 2. We didn't see that in season 1.
Yeah, I don't recognize that, so that's interesting. Then there are a little bit of
That's Salvation. Yeah, we got 3 in a row, 3 in quick succession. So pause. So they showed us Salvation of Bust. They showed us Atlantis, and then they showed us the box. Somebody up there likes Ben.
Somebody up there likes Ben. Yeah. So the great episodes.
Yeah, like good episodes, but they're showing them, again, we're talking about intermixing season 1 into season 2 to give it a little bit more dynamic sense. And that's where I say it's a little misleading if you haven't seen or you're expecting to see that in season 2, but it can only help because, again, you want to say, oh, I missed that. Let me go back.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll pick up viewers as we go. This is the woman that Ben is talking to.
Right, and she seems to be aware that he's a leaper, or he says something to the effect that you're okay with the whole time and space thing,
and instead of saying, "Oh, that's crazy," she just seems to be on board, which is cool.
Yeah, she wants to jump his bones. Really,
well,
look at the way they're looking at each other. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good look.
Yeah.
Addison might have something to say about that. We don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know. I mean, but is she one of the new regulars that they announced?
Now, I saw a picture in the NBC released photos of different people, and she is one of them. And it looks like a cast photo, which I was confused about. But like I said, Matt would probably know more. But who knows? Maybe she joins the leap. That would be interesting.
Let me see the name of the woman that they've announced this in press conferences. So we're not going beyond the pale.
Right.
But,
we are under certain. What are they called?
Embargoes.
Yes, we are under certain embargoes that we can't talk about certain things that we know.
Yeah, but I mean, they have released the fact that there were two new regular cast members.
Okay.
And this woman looks like one of them.
All right. What is her name?
So I'm looking Quantum Leap season 2 episode cast, and they're giving me Honeymoon Express.
I'm looking right now on the media page.
Oh yeah, I'm just trying to. There we go.
All right.
I'm just trying to look it up on my phone.
This is a fast and loose show, as you can tell.
Yeah, we're just doing it because Albie and I, we don't get a chance to talk a lot.
Guests.
So
distinguished guests.
Yeah, this is the greatest podcasting ever. Just us scrolling through press releases trying to find a name. You're welcome, world. Melissa.
You get it?
Nope, never mind.
Okay, here we go. Eliza Taylor as Hannah.
Gotcha. All right, so this looks a lot like Eliza Taylor to me from the press photos. So Hannah is apparently going to be a recurring character. If she's part of the cast now, she's going to somehow be a recurring character that apparently knows that Ben is a leaper based on this one clip.
And Ben is time traveling. So you would assume if this is Hannah, that she is in whatever time zone he's leapt into.
Yeah.
So how does that become a recurring character? Unless
that I don't know. And because if she were some kind of hologram from the future, she would know but he's explaining to her, and he's like, "You're okay with this." So she's apparently somewhere in the time that he's leapt into. I don't know how they turn that into a recurring character, but I'm intrigued.
She could be an immortal being.
She could be an evil leaper.
She could be an evil leaper. I didn't want to go there yet, but
hey, listen, I trust Dean.
Yeah, 100%. I'm fully on board for the new season.
Yeah, and I feel like Dean was the and not Dean Stockwell for anybody who's confused. Dean Georgaris, who is the one of the executive producers of the show and one of the writers, and all around great guy. I know that he had a specific vision for season 2 that he told us about, not in any detail with plot wise, but it's like a departure from the paradigm of season 1. And he was very excited about it. And I feel like this is part of the things that he wanted to tell us all about that he couldn't. Because if we have someone that Ben is seeing as a leaper in the time frame that he's in, then how does she
On
become a
board with
recurring
the
character?
time
It's
travel
very
thing?
interesting.
I'm confused but intrigued, so I'm sure it'll be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Dean, and the rest of them wanted to reset the stage, as it were.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think
Very
they,
much so.
I think they are. Okay, I'm gonna
I
hit
mean,
play.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
they're
so-
showing years from episodes past.
Yeah, and yeah, that's from season 1. It looks like we got again Salvation. And
Who am I this time?
this is, Oh Ye of Little Faith.
Oh, ye of little.
And there was
Faith.
one in between there, but yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Josie Lynn's,
Yep, Josie Lynn's episode, the basketball episode, and
right? Let
now
them
we're in
play.
Egypt.
And now this is the one that I want to see the most. It says 1961, and I have been to Egypt. And when you guys do the after show for this one, I really want to be the guest on
Yeah,
this
you got
after
dibs.
show.
You're already
because-
booked.
Yeah,
You're
I
already
got
booked.
dibs. I already called it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I want to see this one so bad because
Mhm.
it looks like a classic James Bond adventure. Because I think Ben says something to the effect that he's a spy
He's a spy
in this one,
And he's like, cool.
and he's traveling in Egypt, and it's like James Bond meets Indiana Jones. I mean, maybe I'm overselling it to myself. I don't know.
I'd watch that. And what surprised me, Matt said it was a location shoot.
I really thought that was all green screened. I thought that they
Yeah.
were just like on the lot and they put like Egypt in the background. They
I mean,
flew,
why would they go anywhere now, right?
right, and they flew to Egypt to. How does Matt know this? Okay,
He knows people.
all right. I know I'll probably say this in the show but you see that shot there where they're standing
Yeah.
in front of the Sphinx.
Is that the
I don't
actual
know-
Sphinx?
Listen, it looks like the Sphinx, and when I went to the Sphinx, which is on the Giza plateau where the pyramids are, it's like right there. You know what the Sphinx looks at? Probably
What?
not in 1961 though.
Mhm.
The Sphinx, when I was there, looked at a Pizza Hut and a KFC. Yeah.
Wow.
The only thing missing was a 7-Eleven and a McDonald's. Yeah. But because Cairo has grown up around that area. So, yeah. So, I mean,
One word.
when you're on that plateau, they keep it like pristine. It's very touristy and it's kind of dirty, but it's still just like a sand pit with stuff. But all around it is city infrastructure. So it's odd. It's like going through a gate. It's almost like going to Graceland. And you realize that like Graceland is off of like Hempstead Turnpike for the Long Islanders out there. For the two of you from Long Island that know what I'm talking about. But it's like, yeah, it's like being in the middle of Nassau County and all of a sudden Elvis's estate is right there, you know? So
Wow. Yeah, I drove
yeah.
past Graceland once. I was like, oh, that's cool. I
Yeah.
wanted to stop. I wasn't allowed to stop. Long story.
Yeah, no,
1961.
61.
1961.
That's
So,
before
yeah,
either of us
definitely
were born.
James Bond, spy kind of thing. I'm thinking.
Yeah. If we can get like if we can get Sid in there for Armand Bashir, if we can have him, you know,
Yeah.
Alexander Siddig.
Yeah, I'm
would be
excited for
great.
this. I watch a lot of Egyptian documentaries and stuff, and I've gone down YouTube rabbit holes about the age of the Sphinx and the weathering and the
Yeah, I've seen
that
the
was done
weathering
in-
thing. Yeah.
done
yeah.
in different stages. Like at first it was a bigger head and maybe then made to a smaller head, and then later on they found the legs or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Very
I just it was incredible to be standing there and beholding it, and it was the first
Yeah.
trip I ever took, like the first international trip I ever took, thanks to my wife. So
But I'm sure everybody wants to know, did you have any Pizza Hut while you were there?
I did not, no, because I was just like disgusted at the fact that there was a Pizza Hut in the middle of Cairo when I could be eating shawarma all day long. So
I was shocked when I learned that because you always see like the pyramids at Giza and everything.
yeah,
And it's all beautiful and it's in a desert and sand. And you're thinking, Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Last Crusade kind of stuff. But then, you just reverse the camera and it's a city. It's
yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, that's funny. My brother was asking me about that because he's like, did you go to like any of the bazaars and stuff? And yeah, we did. And I said, but Jim, you got to realize this is not Indiana Jones 1940 whatever. It's not like they're selling antiquities and scrolls. It's like you turn around and there's a guy, literally there was a guy with like a table full of like phones from the 80s. And it's just like, and bad t-shirts. And it's just like I said, those days are gone, man. And I don't mean to take the magic away. I mean, this is 1961. Ben is in the magic time. Yes.
Speaking of magic time, let's see what's coming up next.
Who am I this time?
You are a spy.
Awesome.
The day that
Yeah, it looks like they were really
92.
there. Okay,
There we go.
1992.
There's magic. All
1992.
right, so we're going for the LA riots. I
See
believe
if I can get it to stop.
there he
Magic.
is. Yeah, there's magic.
So, how is Magic a hologram? I guess because anybody can be the hologram now, which is cool.
Yeah.
I've
and
been
this
wanting
is-
Magic to be the hologram for a while.
He was a hologram in the finale
Yeah,
for about
A little
5
bit.
seconds.
yeah.
Everybody was. And yeah, it seems like this is where I kind of have a problem because anybody
Okay.
can be the hologram. They don't have to be touching the hand link, apparently. We saw that in Ben Song for the Defense because both Jen and Addison were in there. And only one of them was holding the hand link at the time, but everybody could be seen. I think Ian went in there and they could be seen
And also
during
in the
Let Them
basketball
Play.
game.
Yeah.
The basketball game, yeah.
Right. Yeah. So it seems like the holograms are interchangeable. Again, just an upgrade in the technology. You don't have to have the brainwave connection, I guess, or at least they can focus in on Ben and then they can bring anybody to him. But if you're going to do a show about the LA riots in the 90s and you're going to hopefully make like something that is a spiritual successor to Black on White on Fire, you do a grave disservice to history to not have the one black character on the show be involved in that story, in my opinion.
So maybe that's why Ernie's there.
Yeah.
I had two thoughts when I first saw this, and I haven't seen any more of the LA riots episode than what's in this trailer. And my thought was either like, is something wrong with Addison? Is she been injured on like another leap or something happened or who knows what?
Oh.
Or they need a fill in, or is it just because maybe the character of Magic maybe was there?
Could be.
At
Could
the
be,
time,
sure.
and has like
Yeah.
firsthand knowledge that could really help Ben, and that's why he's taken the hologram part now. So I don't know.
I'd love that. That would be
Yeah.
amazing because he can say, no, I need to guide him through this because I was there.
Following up on Black on White on Fire, this episode is obviously going to be compared to it, so it's got big shoes to fill. To try
Yeah.
to
Oh
fill.
my God. To me, that's like
So,
one of
yeah.
the top 5. And I spoke to one of the main players in that, and he was great. He's a close personal friend of Deborah, and he was talking about just like how they tried to bring it to life and how they tried to make it real. But this is another thing that I think is a little bit odd about this quantum leap. Not only have we, you and me, Albie, lived through these times, but in many events, these characters have lived through these times, maybe personally. In the original series, Al could maybe give lip service to I did this, I did that, but he was kind of insular and he could just be like a historical data dump. But you think about like Let Them Play, where Ian can come in and give their perspective on, on being non-binary or, the queer community. And now we have something like this with the LA riots in 92, and Magic can come in and say, hey, I was here. Like, I lived through this. I would be surprised if we don't see some kind of de-aged, Magic and, like Ernie Hudson somehow being in the streets or somehow being involved, just for dramatic purposes. Maybe I'm expecting a little too much, but yeah, Black on White on Fire is very, very, very much a touchstone of the original series. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he's not busting ghosts.
That would be an 80s leap.
That's true. Ernie Hudson, his acting is right up there with anyone else. He could share the stage with anyone. So I'm expecting a lot from this episode. I'm already feeling like I'm gonna have a heartbreak in this episode.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know what? We have such high expectations. It can't help but let us down. And it's not your fault. Episode. It's you just again. You have big shoes to fill.
Yeah. So we'll see. They might.
There's no
surprise
way
us.
out now.
I have trust in the team, so we'll see. Okay.
51. That's UF.
1949.
He says Area 51.
Yeah.
Is this-
So we got this shot right here. Can you see that? It looks like a UFO or something.
Yeah. There's something above the car.
So Area 51 UFO.
Is this like Starlight Starbright Part 2, or
I thought of that.
or issue 0, right? Because it seems like it's before Starbright was what? The
I don't remember the year.
60s. I think it was the 60s because he was playing Hendrix on the guitar.
It would be cool if it tied into that. Yeah, but I was just thinking, looks to me like X-Files. A little bit.
Very much so. Yes.
There's a Scream.
I'm in the future.
It looks like it'll be a nice sci-fi. Maybe aliens exist. Maybe Jose Chung's from outer space type of episode. I don't know.
All right.
2050. Do you think they're just showing from last season?
This
or
is,
they're going back to
I think,
2050?
they're going back to Judgment Day on this one.
Okay.
Just to give them a little taste. Now, it's not to say that they won't go into the future in this, but there's no indication of that from the episode titles we've seen, as far as I can tell. This is completely footage from Judgment Day.
Yeah. Nothing new from the future yet.
But then they blended into Ian saying we're in serious trouble.
And I don't recognize that shot of Ian at all.
And
Or this
also
with Caitlin.
we have Caitlin with the new hairdo, which is,
the darker roots
pretty
and
awesome.
the highlights.
And
right?
also she's got the Farrah Fawcett waves going.
Yeah.
She was very military in the first season, very much, like pulled back ponytail kind of deal. But she's got like a whole, cascading
This is the
thing.
butterfly
It
effect.
works. I'll
Hair
just
is
say it
on
works.
point.
Yeah.
10 out of 10 for the hair. And makeup on that right there. All right. Now, it's interesting.
This is the
Who's that guy?
Let me go back. Why would they just put a shot of a random guy?
Oh, is he random? I don't know.
Well, he whoever it is, he wasn't in the publicity stills.
There he is.
So whoever this is, if you know who this is, write it down in the comments.
I mean, they did mention in the press releases that there is going to be another new regular recurring male character.
Oh, so you're thinking this might be the other new
That might be the
character?
dude. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know.
If they're going to focus on a guy, just a random guy who's back apparently at the headquarters.
Yeah, it looks like headquarters.
Yeah.
Could it be somebody that they handed the USB drive to last season?
I mean, maybe, yeah. But they already solved that mystery. So he's just giving it back, saying, reformat this. You might need it. It might come in handy.
He looks upset, maybe? I don't know.
He's just got, again, we were talking about
concentrated?
Caitlin's hair, and he's got like this facial hair that's on point.
Yeah. I'm growing mine out because I'm going to be Hopper for Halloween from
Who's
Stranger
Hopper?
Things. From Stranger Things.
Oh, Hopper, the cop.
Rennie's 11 years old, so she wants to be 11 this year. So 11's dad is Hopper.
Don't let her shave her head, though.
No, this is later 11. So she's got the romper from the 80s, season 3, episode 2. All right. So some guy.
So what is the name of the? Because you had the press release. So the one who played Hannah. What is the name?
Hannah.
Of the
Let me look real quick. Hannah is Eliza Taylor.
And who is the dude?
Oh, he is.
I think
in the press release.
they announced them both.
Oh, wait, he is in the press release. Peter Godot, Gadiot as Tom.
We're gonna say Gadwa.
As Tom.
I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I like it. Tom.
So this is Tom.
A Don Belisario production with somebody named Tom in it.
So yeah, I think that's fake because there's always a Tom in Quantum Leap every episode.
Mhm.
It's like the 47 of Quantum Leap.
I mean, Thomas Magnum. Don likes the name Tom. I'm surprised that Sam wasn't named Tom. It's because he named Magnum Tom. Otherwise, Sam would have been Tom, and his big brother would have been Sam.
But that's why there's a Tom in every episode. So this guy's real name is Tom, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, the character's name is Tom. Okay, Peter.
Oh, are you kidding?
Yeah, the character's name is Tom, and
he's Peter.
Godot.
Okay, Peter Godot.
Godot. All
All
right,
right, that might be Peter Godot.
Tom. It could be Sam's brother. Probably not. That actor's
No,
still around
he's too
and alive
young.
and handsome. So no.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Unless they
we'll have to see who this gentleman is.
Yeah, a youth serum, maybe, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
If
He looks
it's
handsome.
Tom Beckett.
He looks
Hoo-yah,
like
Marines.
He looks handsome.
Nanrissa talking about the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
I mean, the only person prettier than Nanrissa is probably Ashton Kutcher. So it's pretty apropos that they mentioned the butterfly effect.
Yeah,
I'm a fan of Nanrissa, if you couldn't tell. That's an awful film. Do not say that's a great film. Stop it.
You didn't like it? Did you watch both endings?
It's the worst.
The Eric Stoltz part I could lose. Like
I
if
saw
if I
it.
did a re-edit.
Yeah, I know. And that was another thing to manipulate. We could have a whole podcast about this. Do you want to keep this at 30? We're already at 36.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Don't get me started on the butterfly effect.
Yeah, I love it. Well, it freaked me out for years because I was like, I don't know if I should go to the store today because who knows how many people that might kill. Because I made a left turn instead of a right turn.
No, the movie's awful. It's a terrible movie.
Really?
Yes, it's manipulative and cheap and slimy. It's the worst film ever. I hate it. I mean, maybe not the worst film. But I make sweeping generalizations all the time.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch it again and just to
don't do it. Not for me because I'm not gonna watch it again.
Yeah, the Eric Stoltz part I can't do.
Maybe we'll do a Patreon special about this.
I would love that. Of course, we could add it onto that failed pilot series that we were doing for a while.
Yeah.
The butterfly effect to end all butterfly effects. What could that possibly mean? I have no idea.
What? This is where I get maybe a little bit trepidation because we're back at the project and they still need to find something to do back at the project, right? So they were playing with the whole Martinez leaping back in the first season, and at the end of the season, the leaping was broken, the time travel was broken. It was just an ungodly mess. So I hope that for the sake of like drama, and for the people listening on the pod, I'm doing air quotes, drama, that they don't get into some more like weird shenanigans that ultimately go nowhere and are to the detriment. But I'm all for, Nan Rissa talking about butterfly effect. And if they do it like, if they do it intelligently and is more organically than season one, it seemed like Allison said this as many times as she could before she had to leave in frustration. It was two different shows trying to mesh and they couldn't. And it became so evident in the last episode that, all right, we're going to try to fix it, but we really can't, but just roll with it. Thanks. I hope that we don't have this happening again in season 2.
I don't mind it. I like that kind of stuff, and I could watch Nan Rissa do anything. So,
well, again, Nan Rissa, I'm on Team Nan Rissa. You know that,
Mm-hmm.
but
hashtag more Jen.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Good.
Yeah.
So butterfly effect. I'm hoping if there's a butterfly effect episode and it's happening, that stuff just keeps changing all around them all the time.
Yeah, you know what? If you're gonna do it, just like do it. Exactly. Go Gonzo, right?
Yeah. Yeah, like Addison was born Adam, and it's the same person but a dude.
All right, now we're getting to like Sliders territory where there's always got to be some kind of analog. Yeah,
it should be 10 different timelines. Give it to me. I want it.
All right, if I can have 10 different timelines with 10 different gens. All right.
Mm-hmm. So, okay, I would watch that.
Oh, yeah, I would.
If they make the second Quantum Leap movie 10 different gens, that's the title, I would watch that.
And we all know the first Quantum Leap movie was called Source Code.
Yes.
Yes.
Great movie. Now you think he's trying to explain time travel to this looks like the same woman, looks like Hannah, or do you think this is a time travel device possibly?
I love that. Now that's the funny thing, because I've seen this trailer a couple of times, but I haven't paused it. This is the first time I'm realizing that that's Ben doing that. And that looks like Hannah looking over his shoulder.
From the hair, the wavy curls.
Yeah.
Looks like
so
Hannah.
I originally thought that was the dude, Tom, that we just saw, like trying to explain something back at the project. But apparently that's Ben trying to explain something to maybe Hannah, we guess. Mm-hmm. And I thought that it might be like if he hits, when he goes to the half hour, time is going to change or something. Like you said, some kind of time travel device. But if it's Ben, probably not.
I would love if this is like a Rod Taylor Time Machine episode. That would be awesome. Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just thought maybe that's a time travel device, or maybe he's using that as the whiteboard, skews into the tangent kind of thing.
Or if somehow she can, like, he's telling her and she's going to be a recurring character, maybe that's her TARDIS.
According to IMDb, she's in 7 episodes.
And we're going to see 8.
Yeah. So I don't know. But IMDb has been known to been wrong a lot. So
Yeah. So
it's not a guarantee, but it might be an indication.
But a guarantee, well, it indicates, like you said, an indication that she's going to be in most of the episodes we see because recurring character.
And that doesn't make sense to me if she's on the leap, unless she's a hologram.
Yeah.
But if she was a hologram, he wouldn't have to explain time travel to her.
Yeah, I'm thinking Lothos.
Okay, yeah, they was put in before, so you never know.
It's just my headcanon. That's
when this episode does come out, I'm going to check out all those books and see if any of them are anachronistic.
Which books are we? Oh, the ones that are right there next to the clock.
The ones on the shelf, yeah.
They look pretty august. They look like they're leather bound. So
yeah. Oh, it looks like they're in the library because they got the Dewey Decimal System thing stickers on.
Yeah. Do you think they'll have foreknowledge in there?
Ooh, Hannah is in the library. Oh, foreknowledge has to be on the shelf. I know Matt Dale's book will be on the shelf.
It should be. If Deborah has anything to say about it.
Yeah, exactly. Just pop it in there. That'd be great. And foreknowledge, and well, I didn't write a book yet. Working on it. Okay, Hannah, I'm interested. I don't know. Okay. Ooh, what if Hannah and this Tom, it's the Hannah and Tom show episode because of all the butterfly effect going on, and they're main people at the project.
Oh, so Tom is the leaper and Hannah is the hologram.
Yeah, let's go for that.
Or vice versa.
Vice versa. Okay, this one will be good though. Probably the butterfly effect episode.
All butterfly effects. You're about to be in a
1692. Do you know anything about Salem? Is this probably Salem,
I've read
right?
The Crucible by Arthur Miller. That's what I know about it.
I have not yet. Do you recommend it?
If you want to read about people getting crushed under rocks and like girls getting accused of witchcraft, yeah. No, I would recommend it just as a touchstone of history and literature because I'm an English major. So
would it help if I read that to get a better understanding of the time?
Yes. Okay. And you see, as we go forward, you see a shot of Ben in the stocks. Do you know?
Challenge accepted.
Do you know what they used to do to people who were in the stocks? There he is, and he looks like he's wearing a dress. There he is in the stocks.
Yeah, for some reason it's not pausing.
Yeah, it's a little tough, but the people listening on the feed won't have any problem with this. The people watching on YouTube will. But I learned recently that when people were in the stocks to keep them from trying to escape, they used to. You see how his head, and then his hands are
right
in each circle. They used to nail their ears to the wood.
Oh,
to keep them from moving their heads. Yeah. So
yeah,
I don't think they're going to go that realistic. You know,
humans were very horrible for a long time. The more you learn about history. All right.
So I can't help but think of some of the like more like harmful aspects. Another funny thing that this reminds me of.
Are you going to say the same thing I am?
No. Well, you go first.
Star Trek the animated series. Star Trek the animated series.
No, I wasn't going to say that. No.
Okay. What were you going to say?
There is a book by one of my favorite authors called The Last Witchfinder. And he talks about how the tourism industry has grown up around Salem, Massachusetts, but we are so far removed from that time. He says it's like building an amusement park in Auschwitz. Because that's the inhumanity that went on at that time against innocent people. So
I never thought of it like that.
Yeah, but I wonder if they're going to maybe address some of the more like hardcore shit that went on at that time, or if it's just going to be like a Halloween episode or something. I don't know.
Yeah, the Salem witch trials are always like in fun movies like Hocus Pocus and different things, and what was it, Wednesday? So yeah, but now that you say it like that, that's kind of rough.
Yeah, no, it's rough. I mean, but that's history, and we can gloss over
we'll see
it.
How they handle it.
Yeah.
It looks almost like the same set as the Western episode.
Yeah, Salvation. It kind of looks like the Salvation set, right?
Yeah, which is understandable. They have it. Let's use it, right?
Yep.
That's
and we go to 1692. We got dirt roads.
Is that the same horse? I don't know.
We have to ask who is Terry from Three's Company, her husband.
Yeah, exactly.
We talked to him. He was on the horse.
He was on the horse. Okay, and then
all right, this is not Salem because there are guns.
No, there's guns. We just saw somebody get knocked out, and it looks like on a backlot, of course. But it looks like from the trailer from the first season 2 trailer we got at the end of season 1. which looks like the first episode.
So is that like a fuselage behind them?
I think it's from the first episode of the season 2.
There we go. Yeah. So if it's the first episode, didn't we see Ben like in an airplane toilet?
Yeah, that's where. And the first 15 minutes of season 2 dropped at Comic-Con. And I was there, San Diego Comic-Con, to see this Quantum Leap panel and interview and talk and hang out with everybody. But of course, the writer's strike and the actor's strike, nobody showed up. But I found out afterwards that the Quantum Leap panel still went forward, but I wasn't there. I was just doing other interviews with other people because I had been told and also assumed that it had been canceled. So, and I didn't do my due diligence and double check.
You know what? But what you couldn't expect,
Right. But from my understanding it was just them playing the first 15 minutes of season 2.
Okay. So E1, S2.
Yes. So I haven't seen the footage from Comic-Con, but I've heard about it.
Well, I mean, behind Ben, it looks like it could be a plane.
Or a land submarine.
Yeah. It ain't a tank. That's too big for a tank.
Amelia Earhart right up past the gun.
Yeah, or a missile.
Amelia Earhart.
It could be like yeah. All right. Well,
old cars.
I guess we'll find out.
I like old cars.
Many old cars. Okay, somebody's burning something.
I'm going to try to go back. You vamp while I try to get the right frame, okay?
All right, so it looks like we went from a couple of old cars playing chicken or like passing each other on the road. And then it looks like, again, Hannah, right? Is that Hannah? Again, is that the same wavy hair?
Yes, I did a frame by frame.
She looks like she's burning like an old-timey parchment.
I did a frame by frame of this, and it seems to be the same actress. I wasn't always positive, but she has like freckles and stuff on her face in certain spots, and they match up.
And what is Ian saying there? They're saying like now everything has changed, or
now everything has changed. Yeah, which to me might go along with the butterfly effect thing.
Yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And maybe, like you said, maybe there'll be 10 different realities swarming around them.
Maybe these are all from the same episode. Here we go. Here's the letter.
There we go.
A letter on fire.
Yeah, it looks like an old-timey parchment that she's setting on fire, but she doesn't look like she's dressed like a witch.
No. So this is the witch episode. This might be
the Egypt episode. Maybe she's burning some kind of spy thing.
Whatever episode. Oh yeah, because she's in more than one episode.
Yeah, because if she's a regular, and that looks like an antiquity to me, like that looks like parchment.
And that's
a Zippo, but she's burning. Well, they had Zippos in the 60s.
What if that has something about the butterfly effect? She burns this paper that is later changes history.
Right, and then Tom turns into Thomasina.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like Hannah's hair. And I think, didn't Matt take a cap of this and try to enhance the text? What did he say it said?
Oh, I have no freaking clue. Let me see.
Yeah, I'll give you a second.
Hey, in case you guys don't know this, Matt Dale posted something on our YouTube channel with his analysis of this. And we did not do our due diligence before that because, we're bad friends and hosts.
Well, after we go through this, I'll go through that with you, and then we'll find out more stuff we don't know.
Oh, yeah, because Matt knows more than both of us put together. Let's face it.
That's his job. The one person on the planet.
Yeah.
Think about that. You and I are friends with the one person on the planet who knows the most about Quantum Leap ever.
Okay, but think about this.
What?
We are friends with him because you started the Quantum Leap podcast, and I interviewed him for the podcast for his first edition of the book, and then we invited him onto the show because I thought he would be a good fit. So it all melds together, man.
Butterfly effect.
Yeah.
8.5 billion people, the one person out of all of them that know the most about Quantum Leap, and we're friends.
Yeah, and I look at it this way. I mean, the fact that you and I are friends, or the fact that we are even here now, it's statistical impossibility, right? You think about the completely random universe and the burp of sentience that is humanity. The fact that you and I exist at all, much less know each other and are speaking to each other about something we love, it's ridiculous. We're all ridiculous.
The Butterfly Effect 2. Own the DVD today.
In a good way. in a wacky hat sort of way.
Yeah, it's in a good way for me. Yeah.
Yes. People listening on the audio, check out the YouTube video to see my wacky hat.
It is
And see what
almost
we're
like,
drinking.
yeah, it's Uncle Floyd level. I love it.
I love it. Uncle Floyd was the best.
I saw him live in Jersey.
No,
Yo,
was it when he was
another
cooking-
bonus show. Another bonus show.
What was it when he was cooking meatloaf with bone in it?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about with that.
Oh, he did a cooking segment.
And that was Julia's stepchild.
Yes, and he was making meatloaf with bone in it, and I think it had a plastic ET in it as well.
I don't know. Is that like the cake with the Christ child in it during the Epiphany?
Maybe.
Yeah.
That went over my
Anyway.
head.
It's an
Okay, so
Italian
read-
thing. You don't need to get it.
Read
It could be
what
an Orthodox thing too.
read what Matt said that the paper says.
Oh, where?
It's in our group chat. It's in our group chat.
I've been living happily these past 6 months in 1692, where I'm being tried for witchcraft. What? Shades of Doc Brown.
Yeah, a little bit. So
Yeah.
who knows? Who knows?
You know what? Anything we can do to promote the wonder and mastery that is Back to the Future 2, I'm on board. So
Absolutely. How much was the most expensive copy of Back to the Future you purchased?
I've never purchased a copy ever.
Really?
I would say what $450 at the movie theater in 1985 when I was a kid. Yeah, because
No,
I saw
part
all
two.
3 of them in the theater.
Part 2, which is
Part
what,
2,
91 or so?
What was that? 86, 87?
91, I want to say.
No, Part 3 was
So
91.
when was Back to the Future Part 2 released?
The film Back to the Future Part 2 was released on November 22nd, 1989.
Oh,
89.
89, you're right.
Yeah, I was 19.
So it was released at the same time Taylor Swift and Alison Pregler was born.
There we go. So yeah,
Oh.
I know that I saw it before I met Laura.
Okay.
So, and I met Laura in December of 89. And Back to the Future 2 was already like a formative thing for me because it was the first time I sat in a movie theater and watched a film that was made, all of you, for me. It was made for me. That was me.
I thought it was made for me.
No, it was made for me.
Oh, I think I saw it like 5 times in the theater.
Yeah.
I
saw it first run in the theater like 3 times. And then we had a second run theater that like, at the time, everything was like $2 or, like whatever. And I must have seen it like 5 times. Yeah. And now I know it, verbatim, of course.
I may have or may not have one of those times accidentally snuck a audio tape recorder in.
You
So
dirty
before it came out
dog.
on home video, I might have listened to it 50 more times. It was
Anyway,
funny.
we love Back to the Future too.
Yes. Okay. The answer was for the VHS copy Street Date. I bought it first day it came out, and those were overpriced, so only the rental places bought them.
I'm going to say $97.
Very close, $99.99.
Yeah. You know
With
how I
my
know
own
that?
kid money, I bought it.
Yeah. Wow. Wait, that's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah, no, I never bought like physical movies,
Mhm.
but at the time when there were video stores and you would rent movies, I somehow lost a copy of the worst movie ever made. It was called Walk Like a Man, starring Howie Mandel. And I don't know what happened to the tape, but I lost it. And we owed the video store $95 for this piece of shit movie with Howie Mandel. And my dad was so mad at me. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah.
Looney Tunes, Tiny Toon Adventures VHS videotape. Over $100 they wanted because it melted in my car. I said I'll be right back, and I just went home and I took the sticker off and I took the tape out and I put it on another VHS tape reel and made sure it all worked. Put it back in and returned it because that's how I do. That's how I do.
Oh, wow. Well, you're a lot more resourceful than I am.
Mhm.
Wow. Anyway.
Wow. Anyway,
So sojourn back into the 80s
Yes.
for all of you.
Get us back on
it-
track.
It is a time travel podcast. I love how you thought we would go 30 minutes and we're at 57:06.
And
Anyway.
we're halfway through the trailer.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
my goodness.
We still
Oh
have
my
another
goodness.
hour to go.
All right.
Strap
let's see what's
in
next.
at home.
Things changed.
Everything's changed, and somebody is diabetic, like
Yeah,
myself.
somebody
I'm
needs
type 1
insulin.
diabetic, so I've done this often. Just jab it into my thigh.
Uh-huh.
You know how much that would hurt?
Cut my
Oh my
eye, man.
goodness.
Cut it.
You would hit the bone, but it's dramatic. So I'm assuming that we know who this person is.
It's not meatloaf with bone, though. No, it's just somebody's thigh and a
Somebody's
syringe.
thigh. And of course, this is the Nazi because he says later on,
Yeah,
I
because I never punched a Nazi out. So
now I really love
Indiana
that.
Jones take.
I really love that Quantum Leap is taking a political stand that is not universal at the moment. That Nazis are bad.
Like you think that we established that in 44, but
yeah,
apparently not. Apparently not.
Apparently not. But it's good that they're bringing that up. I like that.
For everybody listening at home, Nazis are bad.
Nazis are bad.
Yeah,
I would die on that hill. And we get a shot of Addison.
Go back. Yeah, we got a shot of Addison. Caitlin.
Now to me,
not
this
only
looks
does
like
she
season
have
one Addison.
No, it's not, because she has the
It's
cascading hair and it looks like she's got a little braid on one side. And Addison was
before.
never
Felt pretty
whimsical. So what's going on with this whimsical
She was a little
Addison
whimsical
here?
in what was it? 96?
Maybe in Judgment Day.
Yeah.
Because it was before she was a hologram. But look at this. Like she's got like a whole like a Rasta braid going on here.
Now this to me looks less like Addison and more like Caitlin.
Yeah, and I've never seen Addison look better, so this is Caitlin shining through. Because it seems like she's more her and not the character. That's, again, conjecture on my part. Who knows where Addison is this season?
I'm seeing the darker top of the hair with the blonde highlights. But I don't remember ever seeing the braid.
Yeah, no,
or
me neither.
Earrings. You remember seeing earrings on her?
It's very pleasant, is all I'm going to say.
Yes. But so we'll say this is from the new season.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, no, how could you even doubt that? Like, no.
That's true.
We've never seen Addison look like this.
Well, I'm most of an energy drink in, so you never know.
I'm most of Martin. Well, I'm
right.
almost done. Do I have to mix another one? I don't.
All right, people jumping out of a vehicle.
That's standard TV fare.
Yeah, so they might have a
action-y stuff.
Action-y. I was gonna say like 70s because car chases.
Nowhere.
Looks like it's in a field.
Maybe it's the Egypt one.
Maybe. Okay, that's
that's SOS.
SOS Superman.
That's that time we got to talk to Superman.
Yep.
Yeah.
That helped when you get into our private school. She put her interviewing Superman into her like demo reel for getting into private school.
Really?
Yeah. So that's what
that helped. Who I'm gonna be.
She's like, "What's it like to be Superman?" He's like, "It's pretty cool."
Mm-hmm. All right. Looks like
is that a Nazi as well? A sword fight?
Looks like a sword fight with a Nazi is pretty cool.
Was there a year that you remember that they put on screen or said?
Wait, say again.
Okay, sorry.
Was there a year that you remember because you replayed it?
Or who?
Was there a year on the screen that looked like it had Nazis in it, like the 1940s or
no? It looked
late 30s.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? I thought it was the 61 one because we were in Egypt and it was a spy, and I was conflating that with Indiana Jones. But you're right. Nazis are 61's too late for Nazis unless he's like in Argentina or something.
Right. Oh, did you ever go down that rabbit hole? That's fun.
Oh, my wife is a Holocaust scholar. We have a better Holocaust library than most Holocaust libraries. So, yeah.
Did she watch Hunting Hitler or whatever the History Channel show was? That was pretty good.
Yes? Question mark? I don't know.
Apparently the theory is
it's like asking her does he watch science fiction stuff? She'd
Probably.
be like, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think the theory was he hopped a submarine to Argentina and lived out the rest of his life there.
All right, yeah, no, that's
and it was body double that killed
I said she does
in the bunker.
Like I said, she doesn't watch science fiction stuff.
Oh, okay.
Because that seems to me like very science fiction.
It's interesting. It was like the Oak Island show where they kept promising things but never delivered. So
see also Lost.
So this is a Nazi. This might be the first Nazi we talk to.
Is this a 1960s Nazi?
I don't know. Well, there's
is this an Illinois Nazi?
Is there a couple episodes we're not aware of yet? Because there's 8 or 9 total before the strike, right?
There are 8 total that are done, but I believe there are 9 episode titles. So there's at least one episode that there was a title for and probably a script that they didn't film before the strike. Mm-hmm. So, but they were listed somewhere, and I had them listed. But we already know the first episode has a different title than the one that was listed. just based on stuff that I'm
Stuff
not
and
going to
things.
mention what it is, but
Stuff and things.
stuff and things,
Chris-
and things that we can tell you with authority, but we won't say anymore.
Chris, Matt, and I might have went to a slumber party with a certain person and watched some episodes.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And we're not saying it was Nan Rissa,
No.
but we're not saying it's not Nan Rissa.
I wish we could say it was Nan Rissa. Maybe for
So do
season
I.
3. Maybe she'll have us over for tea and pizza. I'll buy the pizza, Nan.
And she's
Just let me
drinking the
know.
tea out of her Quantum Leap podcast cup. So.
Yes, absolutely. Okay, let's keep going. Let's see. I turned the volume down now, so that was a little bit of
salvation. Now he's in
Always
it looks like an old timey, not old timey, but like a suit, like a Mad Men era.
Yeah, I would say 60s. So this is probably the Egypt spy episode, if I had to guess.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I don't know. I don't recognize the hair, but it looks like it might be Caitlin.
Yeah, it could be either. It could be Caitlin or the other. Who's the
Hannah has a curly,
Hannah. Thank you.
bright blonde curly, but who knows if that changes.
But that's a lot more like wavy Caitlin. Yeah. What's
Stuff's
giant
exploding.
explosion. Yeah. You know what? Every season needs explosions.
I'm hoping
that's
to
a
talk.
marked improvement from the explosion in the pilot of the first season, though.
This looks real. This looks like one of the gasoline explosions.
It's not like one of those bullshit sewer explosions that we saw in whatever the name of the first episode was, whatever date that was. Blah blah blah. 1980. Blah blah blah.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm hoping I get to talk to Raymond Lee's stunt double this year.
Oh,
that'd be
that's
really cool.
The new Diamond. I'd never even considered that.
Yeah, he's the main guy. So I'm in contact with his contact, but I haven't made contact with him yet. But
right.
from
So
what I
your
understand,
people are calling his people, and maybe you guys will
so
eventually
hopefully
get
this
together.
season. It's been touchy because even people not in the Writers Guild or the Directors Guild or what is it, the Writers Guild, Actors Guild, they still want to support their fellow team. So a lot of people aren't doing interviews. So it'll be interesting this season. All right. So that looks pretty cool. That looks like a gasoline explosion again in a field. So maybe they drove this truck into an airplane and it exploded. I don't know.
Or into the pyramids. They're exploding the pyramids of Giza. If you want to go like full butterfly effect, let's completely wreck history.
Yeah. What if the pyramids blink out and it's fields in Hollywood?
Right. Well, what if the pyramids take off and they're like UFOs?
Yeah.
And it's Area 51.
Wednesday, October 4th. Where will you be?
8/7. I'll be in front of my
Central. So 8 p.m.
I
was it
mentioned
supposed
this.
to be 9?
It was
Originally
supposed to be 9.
Then 9. Then 8. It's going to explode soon or take off.
They announced this 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I announced it myself at the top of one of the interview redo shows, but they apparently moved it to Wednesdays at 8 instead of 9, and it will now be a lead-in for the last episodes of Magnum season 5, like the back half of the Magnum. And I think that they sat on the Magnum instead of keeping it for a summer thing, because they knew the strike was coming. Now we have at least one night of original programming. So I don't watch Magnum. I have no idea how many episodes are left in the last season of Magnum, but they're using Quantum as a lead-in for Magnum. And to me, that's like a vote of confidence because Quantum was originally at 9, but now they're putting it at 8. 8 is always the lead-in spot. They'll put their strongest stuff at 8 o'clock. Hopefully to generate an audience for what comes on at 8:30 or 9. So
and younger viewers have a better chance of seeing it, maybe.
Yeah.
So that would be great. That would be great. Yeah, and both Don Belisario shows, right?
Magnum and Quantum, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
like I said, Sam would have been named Tom. Ben would have been named Tom had Don had his way. Yeah.
Oh, maybe in the Butterfly Effect, Tom Selleck is in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah. Okay. And
all right,
Eric
so that'll
Stoltz
do it for
Back to the Future.
That'll do it for the frame by frame. I say we watch it one more time all the way through.
I like it,
just in case we catch something else. And then after that, let's look at Matt Dale's video. Some Inception going on. Some QLP Inception. Here we go.
My name is Dr. Ben Song.
I'm a time traveler.
I leap into other people to change history for the better.
Incredible.
So you're on board with the time traveler thing? Who am I this time?
You are a spy.
Awesome. The The day
Good
the
line.
aliens
Good line.
began.
79,
There's no way
34, 61.
Area 51. It's UFO.
This reminds me of the original open of Quantum Leap, where they just had the years slashing by.
How is this possible?
This is the butterfly effect to end all butterfly effects. You're about to be in a full-blown witch trial.
Area 51.
Everything's changed.
UFOs. He says UFOs right there.
Yep.
Never punched a Nazi before. Felt pretty good. I never know where. This is insane! Or who I'm gonna be. It's the adventure of a lifetime.
Quantum Leap, October 4th on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
The adventure of a lifetime.
That's awesome. Adventure of a Lifetime. You know what this reminds me of? It reminds me of that time in Picard season 3 when they unveiled the hero ship in the last couple of episodes, and I wanted it to be the refit NX-01. But of course it was the D. Because it's freaking Picard and the whole Next Gen crew. So, and at the end of season 1 of the new QL, I'm thinking maybe Ben will leap home and maybe it'll be Addison, but duh, idiot. Raymond is the star of the show. Obviously, he's going to keep leaping. And we did not have the benefit of the trailer that they showed at the end of the episode when it aired, because we got the advanced screener. So I had no idea. And we were interviewing Caitlin and Raymond and Narissa before the episode dropped. And we were like, is Ben coming home? Is Ben coming home? We don't know. Meanwhile, to everybody that had seen the episode, you know, after the fact, they were just like, what are you, idiots? And I feel like at that time, though, I feel like now, it was like, what are you, an idiot? Of course they're going to keep Ben leaping because Raymond is the star of the show and it's Quantum Leap. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
So you will not get your NX-01 refit, sir.
I was hoping that the refit ship was going to be named the Picard. And originally it was supposed to be named the Picard, but then they named it the Enterprise.
Yeah, because you always need an Enterprise.
Yeah. So the season 2 trailer that aired at the end of season 1 showed Addison in a Fermi suit.
Yeah. I want to see what's going on there.
Yeah, so that is very intriguing. That's why I pulled that for the thumbnail, because it's like, what?
Yeah.
So maybe
we didn't see
that's
that
part of the
like,
butterfly effect thing.
I feel like tellingly that's not in this one. So
No, but butterfly effect thing. So maybe
could be.
She's the leaper. That's in some time.
So again, maybe Gonzo timelines colliding. Maybe it's like the Flash movie, but good.
I enjoyed it. Batman,
that was
89.
Yeah,
Keaton.
blah blah blah. The Batman 60, 68 too. Yeah.
The special effects were good. I was like, man, are these guys twins? No, it was the same guy twice.
Same guy twice, yeah.
Same guy twice. So I'm very intrigued. Let's go to Matt Dale's video that he just dropped right before we recorded this, if you're keeping track.
Yeah.
And
he just wanted to one up us.
Say about all this.
Yeah.
And I think we'll watch it through and then we'll pause it.
Yeah. So should I read it for the people at home? Or?
Text descriptions, which we'll get to when we go through it again. Yeah, why don't we do that? Since we already watched the other.
We'll do it again when we pause it.
On
all right. So Matt writes several quick-fire action-packed clips from 201. So apparently the fuselage one is from 201.
Going back.
That's what Matt says.
Okay. See, he knows more than I.
Yeah, so several quick-fire action-packed clips from 201. This took too long. Confirmed previously by NBC as taking place in 1978 on a top-secret military flight. So I guess that's where the conjecture comes from. It looks like a plane behind him. So maybe this is that military flight. Gotcha.
I think you read the title wrong.
This took too long.
This took too long!
That's the Victor Vorga version. Anyway.
What a disaster!
Somebody out there will understand that. Yeah.
I used to watch the Victor Borger commercials, but I never ordered the VHS. I should pick that up.
They always put them on PBS. There, he was hilarious.
He had a good artist for the cover art. Oh, okay. He's showing it in slow motion.
Yeah,
which is smart.
Looks,
That's very smart.
I guess so. Matt's saying that giant explosion is from.
That makes sense.
Yeah, from the first episode. So we went past the caption.
Yeah, let me get. I'm going back to the text.
Okay,
here we go.
Okay, so it says a short clip from 202 Ben and Teller.
Ben and Teller. Okay.
Ben and Teller is the name of 202.
Okay. Several clips
from 203, Closure Encounters.
Closure
An alien-themed episode confirmed here is set in 1949.
Okay. Closure Encounters.
Not close. Dun, dun,
Right.
dun, dun,
Closure.
dun.
Okay, we're playing it.
Area 51. That's
49. Well, there you go. 51. UFOs.
Some lady's screaming. She's scared. Okay, pause.
Yeah.
This says a brief clip of Ben as a woman on a Hollywood backlot.
Ha! I called it. That's what I said.
Aren't they always on a Hollywood backlot, though?
Yeah, but I mean, not in universe, not in the fiction, as Matt would like to say.
Their outfit appears to be the one seen at the end of 203 in the leap into 204, the Lonely Hearts Club.
How would Matt know that? Maybe we cut that part.
Okay, we should cut that part.
Yeah.
Appears to be the one scene at the end of 203. Yeah. Come on, Matt. You read those.
Come on,
disclaimers.
Matt. Yeah, I think you're a little bit
Okay.
spoiling it.
Well,
Cut
it's
that
already
shit.
on our YouTube channel,
I know.
so maybe we don't cut that. I don't know.
I
I'm
don't
going to
either.
blame Matt on that one.
Yeah,
We're
I'm
just reviewing
abstaining.
what we saw that's
I'm-
publicly available.
Yeah, I'm walking away and mixing a new
Yes.
martini.
Possibly Scarlett Johansson. Probably not.
ScarJo. Yeah.
Do we got anything that indicates a time period? I'm saying the 70s, 60s, 70s, because it looks like Raymond's wearing some kind of 60s Navy jacket, and the guy on the left of the frame has that cowboy leather type denim jacket.
When did Disco Inferno take place?
What if she's the spy? Did we ever see Ben as a spy, the leaper, or get a call out to who he leapt into?
Oh, so you're saying that she might be the guy, the guy, listen to me, the one from the 60s
person.
with the pyramids? It's a long
Yeah.
trip. It's a long trip from a Hollywood backlot to Giza.
So I just put the whole story together, which I'm totally wrong and know nothing about this. That, like in the beginning of Disco Inferno, where he doesn't realize he's in a movie.
Right.
The first half of the episode, it's just going to be Ben in Egypt, and then somebody's going to push a wall away, and
you
they'll
say,
be in the
"Cut."
Hollywood backlot.
We cracked the code. You're
We did.
welcome,
We figured it
Leapers.
out.
Yeah.
We figured it
You
out.
know what's going to be like freaking ridiculous?
What?
This, in hindsight, when the entire 8 episodes are aired, we're going to look like such idiots. I mean,
We're gonna
more
have
so
a
than usual.
2% success rate. And at this point, we should have like a 33% success rate.
At least you're rocking the hat.
Yeah, that's important. Okay, do you want to read this one, Chris?
Several clips from 205, One Night in Koreatown, confirming the setting as the 1992 LA riots. So we mentioned that. Magic is with Ben wearing a leather jacket. Later in the trailer, Magic is wearing the same jacket at the project, suggesting that clip is also from the same episode.
That would make
This
sense.
reads like excerpts from Beyond the Mirror Image, Volume 3.
Coming soon.
Yeah.
I think we're contributors, but you're a contributor also to part 2, right?
No, it's Volume 2, the 3rd edition, I think. Yeah.
Got to catch them
Anyway.
all.
Yeah.
All right. Next.
The day the LA riots began.
So that's what we're going to be seeing here.
There's no way out now. He won't survive.
Magic in a leather jacket. I like it. Okay. 1992. And it's that same backlot square
Yeah.
block they give them.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, that's Magic in a leather jacket. Then we have another title card.
Read it, Albie.
Ben confessing the truth to Hannah. Okay, Hannah. So we're confirming that's Hannah.
Okay.
Also scenes of Ben fighting a Nazi. Yes. I'm not a violent person, but I agree punching out Nazis is good. While wearing the same outfit. And a shot of Hannah reading an old paper. Again,
I'm
in the
alive
same
and well.
outfit.
1692, right?
Suspected to all be 206 Secret History.
So
Secret History.
that's the
That
Nazi
sounds to me-
episode.
This is the first I'm hearing about. Is it? So it has to be.
I mean, I guess 206 Secret History and Nazis. He's saying Ben fighting a Nazi.
And a paper, burning a paper. I don't know. I got
Yeah.
like a National Treasure flashback.
Thank you. I was thinking of the exact
Yeah.
same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
Where's-
I'd like to see a National Treasure version of Quantum Leap.
Where's Nick Cage when you need him? He's everywhere. That's the answer.
Now I'm playing it, but it's still this, it's still frame that's playing.
I'm a
Time will come today.
I leap into other people to change history for the better.
Incredible.
So you're on board with the time traveler thing?
All butterfly effects.
Everything's fine.
Doesn't she look like she just wants to like jump his bones?
I was just gonna say,
Yeah,
she looks
like
very
she is
enamored with him.
But also, maybe she probably sees him as the leapee. So
Oh,
the
yeah,
leapee,
good
the
point.
leapee could be a he or a she or they.
Whoever that they leapt into
Right?
would be maybe possibly she's attracted to them already, and he's
so maybe she doesn't
explaining
see. She wouldn't see Ben unless,
But
like
then
I
how
said,
is she in 7 episodes?
maybe she's an evil leaper and she touched him.
You don't want to go back to the horror that we lived through before. I can't kill all those people again. Pull the trigger.
You're not evil, Aaliyah. Whatever trapped you in time is.
Pull the bloody trigger.
Yes.
And
You
now
read my
she's
mind.
sent after him, and every time she touches him, and they can see each other. I don't know.
You read my mind.
Maybe she's Martinez,
Could be. They said never say never,
right?
so you never know.
Never punched a Nazi before. Felt pretty good.
They said, he said, they said. That almost looks like the same office as Ben Interrupted. Very similar, anyway. Okay, sword fight with a Nazi. Okay, pausing
Yeah.
it. You read this one.
Several shots of 1692. Ben at a witch trial, expected to be 207, a kind of magic. Oh, it's genocide, you know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm looking
How do
forward
we
to
know that, magic doesn't show up in the leather jacket in this one? It's
Yeah.
a kind of magic.
If magic's not focused on this episode, that would
Right.
suck. So how would they incorporate magic in the witch trials? Interesting.
I don't know.
Maybe that's how he got his magic, where he could predict the future a little bit and stuff. Not who knows.
Hoo-yah, Marine.
Is there an episode airing on Halloween? Do we know of?
Is Halloween a Wednesday? No, Halloween's a Monday, so.
So no, but Halloween week maybe this might air. I
Or
don't know, we'll see.
Halloween's actually, I think Halloween's a Tuesday.
Well, this says 207, so 203 is airing October 14th. So it'd be 4 or 5. So no, this isn't a Halloween episode.
Yeah, Halloween is a Tuesday, so it could be Wednesday.
Yeah. So, but this
You're
isn't
about to be in
Halloween,
a full-blown witch trial.
unless we were wrong in this information.
So we're talking October 1st.
Yeah.
So it'll be the 5th episode, whatever the 5th episode is. 205.
205. Which is ridiculous because Wiccans and good and love the earth, and I'll be over here. Okay. A sequence of Ben in Egypt shot on location.
What?
Earlier this year. Plus a later shot identified by Ben being in the same suit.
The caption confirms a 1961 setting, and a screenshot released by NBC recently links Egypt to 208 Nomads.
Okay, I'm switching to my released photos.
Nomad.
Nomad, episode 208, pictured Raymond Lee as Dr. Ben Song.
All right. Well, there we go. I mean, I think that's every episode, but okay.
Next time we talk to Ray, we got to talk to him about Egypt.
Is Dr. Daystrom in this episode?
And his
You are great. I am great.
Who am I this time?
I'm sorry. I'm just thinking of TOS and Nomad.
I'm always thinking of
The ultimate computer. Yeah.
I am Nomad, the ultimate computer. All right.
Awesome.
Ooh, ample this time. Okay. Is Ben in heels? Looks like it, maybe.
No, that looks very much like still Egypt-y.
Okay.
It's very yellow. It's very yellow and sandy.
Okay, so maybe the Hollywood episode and the spy episode are different episodes.
I don't know. I feel like Matt knows too much.
You are.
Luckily, in this shot, they took out the palm trees. Let me get back.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember the screeners for season 1? There was always palm trees where there shouldn't have been. It's like the last thing to go.
Palm trees in Pennsylvania. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, I'm playing it, I believe. No, I wasn't. Here we go. Okay, pause. That's a cool shot. Probably
That is,
Anna
yeah.
M.O.T. I know she did a couple so far this year that I've seen.
She was amazing.
Yeah, she just.
Yeah, I don't see any palm trees. It looks like some kind of
Yeah.
mosque or something, or
done
maybe
good.
a Coptic Christian church. But
I-
there's a dome.
I guess if they went to Egypt, right?
Yeah,
They're going to do more than the one shot.
honestly, it could be something Muslim. It could be something Orthodox. Yeah, I mean, Egypt has got.
Ooh, so
It's
you
like a
think the
seat of
Egypt
ancient
episode-
religion. Yeah,
You think the Egypt episode is the National Treasure episode?
yeah,
And
it's
the Sky
got to be.
episode
Like,
altogether?
why? Yeah, why wouldn't
don't
it
know.
be? If you're gonna look in
don't
like
know.
antiquities and stuff,
Yeah, this is
that
not
to
the
me,
backlot.
it sort of makes sense.
This is not Albie's Alley.
No,
Although
no.
I hear that Albie's Alley does make a few appearances in season 2.
I don't know
The
what that
same
is.
alley that they're in every episode. Oh, if you watch the show, which you don't, there's an alley on the backlot, Universal backlot there.
Oh, that brick alley where there's
brick
always like
alley
the
from Back to the
dumpster.
Future
Yeah,
2 with the laser discs. It's in every single episode.
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
it's going to make a reappearance in season 2,
Yes.
which I love.
Yeah,
So-
I know which alley you're talking about. It's got very
Yes.
distinctive brick patterns in one
Yes, it
place.
does.
Yes,
Yes, exactly. By the dumpster, where the dumpster
the
is
same
sometimes.
the same bollards every time.
Yeah, so which I
Adventure
love.
of a
But,
lifetime.
this is definitely not the backlot.
No, that
It looks like it
a,
has been through some kind of special effect.
But
The only reason I'm thinking is to de-age it from 2023 to
it looks
what
like
it
a
looked
street
like
in Cairo to me.
in the 60s. Well, you've
Yeah.
been there, so
Yeah, it looks like the 90s, to be honest with you. But okay.
okay, cool.
Yep.
It's the adventure of a lifetime. To me,
Adventure
that
of a
seems
lifetime.
like Ben's trying to recruit this Hannah,
Right?
and it can be like,
Yeah,
oh,
the
what
thing
was
is,
that-
we were
what was
trying
that
to
show
figure
with
out if
the
he was
little
talking to.
stopwatch?
Oh, I don't know, the librarians
Travelers.
or travel. Yeah.
No, not Travelers. The one when he's a kid and he's in a striped shirt.
Oh, Voyagers
That's it. Voyagers.
with
Yeah,
Mino Palouse.
Yeah, maybe
Punky
it's going to be the
Bruce's
new
brother.
Voyagers.
Yeah.
Okay, now you need to read this title card in that Texas Chainsaw Massacre voice of yours.
Unidentified. ...
Colon. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll see unidentified and see if we can identify it.
So this is something that Matt couldn't parse.
Right. So nobody knows.
Were you
Okay,
in
that's
Ian
the
serious
shot we're
trouble?
talking about.
Is Caitlin?
Caitlin and Ian. Why wasn't that in slow motion?
Were you in serious?
Okay, Caitlin and Ian. Okay.
And
How is this?
Good fashion, good hair, good makeup.
yeah, it seems like all the stuff that he
Possible.
couldn't like
Butterfly
pin
effect
to an
and all
episode
butterfly effect.
Felt pretty good.
is
Put together.
in the
October
project.
4th on NBC and streaming on Peacock.
Man, find someone the way Caitlin is looking at whoever she's looking at in that shot looks at you.
She's looking at all of us,
Aw, I think so. She's got a good heart.
right?
Okay. So that's what we know of season 2 so far that's publicly available, right?
Yeah. And I think Matt parsed it much better than you and I did
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
in the last half hour that we spoke, as opposed to the first hour that we spoke. But
Well, out of the 8.5 billion people, he's the one person that knows the most. And
so
we're just dudes that like
we
the
went
show.
all through that. You're right. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so, I mean, some of it had to have rubbed off, but not all of it. So we're just going, I don't know. Is that a shirt? I don't know.
Somebody's wearing something.
Yeah. But I hope it was fun just hanging out with Christopher and I, looking at this season 2 trailer. From what I've heard, the new season is very strong to start out with, and it's worth checking out. And if you do check it out, even if you don't check it out, check out the Quantum Leap podcast, available wherever fine podcasts are given away. And where else can they find out more about the Quantum Leap podcast?
quantumleappodcast.com. And where else can they see YouTube stuff for people listening on the main podcast feed?
Right here on YouTube / what is it? The Quantum Leap podcast?
No, it's youtube.com / the Quantum Leap. You have to put the Quantum Leap podcast. Yes.
Yeah, I made it in the middle of the night or something, and I was
Yeah.
like, should I put the? I don't know.
All of our social media and other handles are like disparate, but you'll figure it out.
Yeah.
The
It
good
was
thing
made
is
by
we're
me,
big
with
enough.
love.
Yeah, we're big enough now. All you got to do is just like put Quantum Leap Podcast into Google, and odds are we'll pop up.
Yeah, probably.
So, yeah,
probably. So you check it out here, and we're gonna drop as soon as the episode is over for 201.
The first episode, yeah,
and the after show at the same time. Joining me on the episode is, as always, Hayden, and the Bruce McGill, Brian Green himself.
Love Brian.
Yeah, so Brian and I and Hayden have a great time, and it's going to be worth seeing. So as soon as you get done watching, what was the first episode of season 2 called? Do you remember?
This took too long.
This took too long, which it really didn't. Was the wait too long? I don't know. The wait felt right to me.
Matt and I discussed that.
Oh, did you? On what?
The first episode of the pod.
Of the Quantum Leap Podcast?
.com.
So what can we expect from the first episode of the Quantum Leap Podcast? Any special guests or?
We're still figuring that out. However, Matt and I did have a very good discussion about it. So going beyond the fourth wall here, I would say it's worth looking forward to and worth looking forward to and worth listening to. That's all I'm going to say, though. Whether or not we get a guest, still up in the air. We have some feelers out, but we got a few weeks. So
yeah, this is a few weeks out yet. So, but we're working on big things. So we'll do what we can, staying within and supporting the writer's strike and the actor strike, of course.
Yep.
So maybe more technical people, but still big names popping.
Yeah.
And if you hear him on the Quantum Leap Podcast, you'll be able to see him on the Quantum Leap After Show. So
there we go.
Check out both.
Part and parcel.
All right. So lastly, I want to talk about, before we go.
We're not going yet?
For? Soon. We're almost at a half hour. So what are you hoping for season 2? I know you had stronger opinions than I of season 1. Not that you didn't enjoy it, but you definitely had opinions. And I was more like, I love everything, no matter what they give me. But what are you hoping for in season 2?
Less mystery box, of course. This is not anything new to anyone that's listened to the podcast regular, but less mystery box, more focus on the leaps, and using the amazing cast that they had back in the project time to better effect with the leap, and like melding the show to make it one show instead of two shows competing with each other. And I think that if they give up the mystery box format, which it kind of looks like they have in this trailer, then I think we're on, solid ground to move forward in a better way for season 2. What about you, Albie? What do you hope for?
To me, I'm thinking we are going to be seeing a good season. The different locations surprised me. So maybe their budget got bigger, which they were doing pretty good before. So, I mean, if they're going to Egypt.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Although, flights to Egypt might be cheap now because of the pandemic. Who knows?
That's true. I think the mystery box this year might be the mystery of who Hannah is.
Hannah, yeah. How did they work her into the series? Yeah.
I can't wait to find out. I'm excited. So I'm going to be watching. And I think...
Avi.
all of us will be watching. So for the Quantum Leap Podcast and the Quantum Leap Podcast After Show, I'm Albie.
And I'm Chris.
And we'll see you next time. Something silly happens. And we get silly hats. And olives with blue cheese in them.
Blue cheese, yeah. Good stuff.
I am Nomad.